Afternoon, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. You know me, I'm Tom, coming at you here at the Town Home North Raleigh. Oh, yeah. Before we get started on this conversation, it's definitely going to be a large beer video. Okay? Stand by. Ain't nothing like the taste of a cold beer when you get back home. Okay, we got a lot to talk about. First off, let's talk about the boat, because you know that's kind of my pet peeve. I broke down in at Wrightsville Beach, and there was no fuel pressure. Now, the motor is a Yamaha 70 4-stroke, very reliable, but the guy I bought it from, and there's no discredit to him, he left it, an older guy, left it in the garage for 4 years. Well, that bad gas contaminated the tank. I put fresh gas in it. Being a stupid idiot, I forgot to drain the tank. I put fresh gas over bad gas and it contaminated the system. I ran it for a couple of tanks, okay? I did run that boat a lot, quite a few hours. And then no fuel pressure, everything just died, and a multitude of things happened when the fuel went through and contaminated everything. The injectors, there's a term the service manager used, the kind of gunk that goes through your entire fuel system, okay? And the ignition system, because the plugs are fouled out, things like that. Okay, well, here's the final total. Oh. You know, you guys always said, own a boat, break out another 1,000. Well, wait till you see this. I would do a guess how much money is in this packet. All $100 bills. But I'm not going to do that, because this month has already costed me a lot. Last month was my corporate taxes and my business taxes, my personal taxes, insurance, vehicle taxes, property taxes. Last month was $7,000. Okay, well, there's $3,100 in here. That's right, $3,100. That's what it's going to cost me to get that boat out. And there it is. All ready to rock and roll. This is America, baby. This is what America runs on, okay? Now, the problem that I ran into when I first took it to the service department was, and this is 1 week's worth of work, okay, for me, okay? When certain jobs come up, I can make big money, okay? So this is from 1 week's worth of work. Now, I don't do that all the time, but when the going is good, you get what you get with the going. You know what I'm saying? Or you get going. When the going is good, get going, because that's what I did all last week. I busted my ass. That's all I can tell you, man. I mean, it was brutal work, but the work paid extremely well. Just keep that in mind. Some of the stuff that I do for these industrial complexes, you know, I can charge a pretty hefty sum per hour. Okay, enough of that about that. That's the boat payment to get it out of the service department. And here was a situation when I was at Wrightsville Beach. Excuse me. I love all these beaches. I go there I go to Atlantic, I go to Carolina, I go to Wrightsville, but Wrightsville is my boating favorite spot, okay? I've been here 40 years, so the coast, I know the entire coast. I've been all the way from the north to the south and everywhere in between. But the one thing is that the service manager there said it was going to be 30 days. But he tried to slip me in, okay? Well, he did. He got me in within a week, right? All right, man. Good. Atlantic Marine in Wrightsville Beach. Good guys. Very professional. And he called me up yesterday morning. I mean, bright and early. Hell, excuse me. He called me this morning at 8 a.m. And I was waiting for a check. Because I sold the Corolla. That's the other news, okay? I sold the Corolla back to the dealer because I drove it for exactly 1 year. 1 year. And it's like a lease in a weird way. I got to use that car, did zero maintenance. Keep that in mind. Almost 12,000 miles, or excuse me, 11,000 miles, zero maintenance. It cost me nothing, okay? All I had to do was, I bought the car cash. So really, I got to use the car for the price tag of $3,000 for an entire year. So that's like a lease, like a mini lease, and I give it back to them. I take the money and I reinvest it in a high yield money market, which I do all the time. I keep flipping money back into this money market account that I've got. And then when I reach a certain point, I'll grab 10, 15,000, 20,000 out, and then I'll go buy a toy, okay? Just like how I got the boat. And then I'll write all, as much as I can off when I can write it off. Now, soon as I had this conversation with the service manager, he told me, he just went down the list. He goes, this is what this bad gas and a few other factors did to your engine, okay? And this is a warning to everybody that has a boat that has an outboard or inboard. Do not cycle old gas through your engine and carburetor fuel injection system. It will screw it up at a tune of $3,100 or more. Remember the the Grady White that I had, that cost me, I bought it for $1,000, but it cost me $9,000 to make it run, and it broke down on me twice. Just think about it that way. I love that boat, but it had the wrong engine in it. The wrong engine. It was an inboard 4-cylinder, 180 horsepower Mercruiser, and my God, the thing was 36 years old. An old boat. But I love that thing. Okay, so that gets all the boat news out of the picture and the Corolla, the new Corolla news, out of the picture. Okay, so now here's another interesting tidbit. Let's just talk about money and a few other little weird things. I'm going to shift gears here a little bit. Do not, if you ran your household like the government runs the country, financially speaking, the dollars and cents, your household would have been broke a long time ago. You'd be homeless. So in reality, the way I look at everything is I'm a fiscal ultra conservative, okay? But even though I never went to school, I never got an education, one thing I learned was math and money. Those two things. Those were my favorite subjects for some weird reason. I just gravitated towards it. So when I look at this, the macroeconomics of this whole thing, is that now we're starting to make everybody pay what they've been making us pay. I won't make it any more complicated than that. Now it's time for them to pay what they are charging us. For all these years, 40-something plus years, ever since World War II, the end of World War II, that's when it all started. And then a few presidents later, we got the royal screw job. Now, the thing I like about this whole situation right now is yes, there's going to be some pain. If you're in the stock market, if you're in a 401k, yes, there's going to be some pain. But keep this in mind. Remember 08? Okay, remember 08? The stock market crash? The Dow went down to 6,800. For all of you who don't remember that, in 08, the Dow went down to 6,800. That's it. We went up as high as, 44,000? That's ungodly territory for the stock market. You didn't expect for 1 minute that it was going to last? The party was going to last forever? Are you kidding me? Ha! God, then you're fooling yourself. The party never lasts forever. Do you not realize that? And the thing is, it's called diversification. You have to diversify your money. Your portfolio has to be very broad, not very narrow. Okay? We still got pollen. It finally rained today, but my sinuses are going crazy. They've been going crazy for over 9 days. The pollen drives me nuts. Sorry about that. Keep around my nose. It's like if I freaking do cocaine or something like that. I'm not sniffling because I'm doing drugs. I can't stand the pollen. It's got my eyes all buggy, everything. Well, that's probably the beer. The beer has got my eyes all buggy, but not the first one. The second one, maybe. Damn, I crack myself up sometimes. And why do I keep still doing this shit after being 67 years old? But you know what? I love living and I love life. That's what it's all about. I'm glad you guys are all part of the channel and part of this madness of mine for the last 10 years. It has been a lot of fun. I'll give you the credit for that. Now, in another thing that's going on here is this. Let me talk about taxes. Taxes is a subject that everybody seems to at one time or another have a problem with, especially when it comes to business taxes, property taxes, vehicle registration, all these different things, okay? What I do is I take these companies that provide these services like car insurance, home insurance, business insurance, all these assurances that you have to buy. It seems like it should be outlawed because, in reality, these companies, don't let them fool you. They're making billions of dollars, but then when they have a natural disaster or something happens big, catastrophic, oh my God, they pay out billions of dollars. Then they want to go around canceling policies, raising rates, doing all this other shit, okay? So what's really, really happening here is this, is that I shop around just like shopping around for the price of bread, I'll go from one company to another, and it's like a zero interest credit card, your introductory rate, that, and then after, 6 months, it jumps up to whatever it jumps up to. So right now I'm in a situation where I jumped away from Nationwide because they were charging, they were screwing me hard last year, They tried to get a big increase on me last year. Here's another thing. Property taxes, the farm. Oh yeah, I got to throw this one in there real quick. The farm. I just got a letter saying that they're raising the value of the 4 acres that I'm on $25,000 more dollars. Woo! Nature boy. And here's something odd. That land was sold to me as it will not perk. Guess what I just found out? It perks. And that was from the county assessor's office. They said there's enough slope in there, and they said, yeah, some of the land doesn't, but there is part of the land that does. And guess where that part of that land is? It's the front of the property. The back doesn't perk. But the bottom line is, there you go. Now they're trying to hit me for another 25 grand. I contested it, of course, told them I'm off grid. I've got no power, no utilities, no hookups, no nothing. And they said, oh, okay, we'll put it under consideration. Now that's business. That means that they can tax me anything they freaking want to just because they reassess something. Wow. That's inflation, baby. Now that's also, that's government. Government can come out and reach out and tax the shit out of you. And when it comes down to it, this townhome, I used to have a multi-car discount, right? Multi-car. Well, I sold everything except for 2 vehicles. I lose my multi-car discount. And I'm looking at, literally stacks and stacks and stacks of bills. This is just insurance. This is nothing but insurance on my life, okay? So my job is, and this is also part of the insurance package, okay? For owning a farm, owning a townhome, owning multiple vehicles, owning a business, oh man, I'm telling you, they get you coming and going. They get you coming and going. But I'm kind of sly like a fox. I negotiate everything with everybody on everything, literally. I mean, I tear them a new one when I can. And I flipped my insurance over to another company, Travelers, and did a prepay. And God, the amount of money you save on a prepay is 30%. They charge you to make payments. And it's not a little bit. It's a lot. They make a shitload of money on you if they loan you that money for 1 year. Put that in your pipe and smoke it for a while. That's what companies are doing now. They're charging you to finance you. I wonder what the hell that interest rate would be looking like. Ooh, yeah. But anyway, different location. I switched. Usually I'm on that side talking to you from the, the sink area, the refrigerator. But I had so much paperwork I was doing. I was just doing so much stuff that I just pretty much cleared off. This is usually where I cook and do all the, and oh yeah, another thing. I'm not going to do any more Are You Hungry videos because guess what? I went to a new diet. I went to a diet like 3 years ago and it's boring. What I eat is boring, man, because I don't eat hardly anything except protein. You know what I mean? I'm a carnivore. I do a carnivore diet. That's it. I might have a little bit of pasta, just a little, I might cheat and go to my favorite pizza place, but pretty much I eat about 4 or 5 things. That's all I eat. And drink beer. Hey, you guys already know that I drink beer. I like my beer, man. But anyway, so that's kind of the logistics. When it comes down to, let's kind of wrap this thing up. When it comes down to it, I'm going to tell all of you, don't freak out. You have no idea. Remember, I've been around a long, long time. Longer than most of you, even on my channel, okay? I've seen the economy do this, man. One big freaking roller coaster ride for years and years and years. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Guess what? It always comes back. It's the stock market. Okay? 401ks are not absolutely predictable. If you want to be safe, go to the bond market. Or go into the money market. I'm in the money market, okay? That's where I put all my money is in the money market. It's very safe. I can invest as much as I want to. Never have to worry about penalties if I take it out. And the bottom line is, if you go with a progressive bank like I'm with now, that's a lot of extra income. If you can save up to $250,000 and you put it in cash, you have a good check coming in every month. Good dividends, I should say, every single month. It doesn't take much. And if you're on Social Security and you maxed it out like I did, and you take a big money market portfolio, you put that together, you do YouTube, thank you very much. I appreciate it. This channel does earn money every single month and it has for the last 7 years. I do appreciate it. It's not a lot, but it's there. It's you guys. It pays for the phone. It pays for the internet. It pays for the basic stuff I do. Some gasoline money sometimes, It don't pay for no big bills. Okay, YouTube. Let me just say this about YouTube. The largest check I ever got was $1,106. Okay? That's the biggest check I ever got in 1 month. $1,106. Then I got a bunch of 700s, 800s, 500s, 400s, 600s, 300s, 200s, $150. It fluctuates that much, okay, on a monthly scale. Depending on how viral the video may be or not, or the content is interesting or not, or you guys just think the whole damn thing is boring as shit and you just go to another channel. Don't do that. Don't do that to me, man. I need you to stick around. But anyway, I just want to say thank you for being on the channel. And you guys know what to do. This is just kind of an in-kitchen rant. You know, I'm going in the morning at 5 o'clock in the morning to go get my damn boat. And it's going to break out the money, baby. Because that's what life's all about, man. You go out that front door and you go give it a good, honest day's work. And somebody's going to pay you an honest day wage. On that note, you know me, I'm Tom. Coming at you from North Raleigh in my kitchen. And I want you guys to stay tuned, stay blessed, subscribe, leave those comments. They're down below. Smash the bell for future notifications. And I'll talk with you tonight.